people used to be very like they didn't have any knowledge about transgenders. Only thing they know that somebody who's different was a hijra. I was never attracted to member in my community. You know, I was not attracted to them. I was attracted to straight men.
You said that लोग आते थे आपके घर, हिजरा बुलाते थे.
हाँ.
तो when did everyone in your community, in your society, realized कि यार there is something off?
So everybody around my home, they used to come and they used to tell my parent that I hope your son is not hijra. They decided to send me away from my home to my cousin mama's house.
So how challenging was your journey while growing up in Mumbai?
I used to get bullied a lot in school, again by these words called hijra and all, because it was a boys' school. When at 11, I was at my mama's house. My cousins molested me. When they molested me, I ran off from the house. I said, I don't want to stay here. And then I found a shelter in a dance bar. I went to dance bar to earn livelihood. And then to earn extra money, I became a sex worker at the dance bar.
So if you can take our audience and take me as well through that entire process of transformation. What all are these steps and how much duration does it take? Also financially, how much does it cost?
Now you have to first get a TG card, transgender certificate card, from your local district manager, district person. Once he approves that you are a transgender, you can start your hormone replacement therapy.
तो सिग्नल पे जो हिजड़े दिखते हैं या कभी आपने अभी बोला बधाई टोली में भी आते हैं शादी और बच्चे के होने पे. So why not the opportunities are same for them and like they are for you? Hi Naz, welcome
Hi.
to the Humans of Hindustan podcast show, the Hindustan chapters.
Thank you.
So Naz, how does it feel to be the first international trans beauty queen?
It feels great. It feels empowered. It feels like I am inspiring other people also, children from my community, and they are they have considered modeling as their profession, and I think a lot of girls now going to pageants from my community people, and I feel good that I've been able to inspire them.
Oh, it's so nice to hear. So Naz, take us through your childhood journey and upbringing. How was Naz before this international beauty pageant happened to her?
See, my childhood is very different from today's childhood of trans community people. In our time, like was born on 31st December 1976. So that means I am like an 80s child. So in 80s, people used to be very like they didn't have any knowledge about transgenders. Only thing they know that somebody who's different was a hijra. But they didn't even know that hijra is a community. They think that hijra is every person who is not aligned to their gender is a hijra. So they knew that. So when I was a kid, I was a very feminine kid. So when I was very feminine, so everybody around my home, they used to come and they used to tell my parent that I hope your son is not hijra. So they used to get very sad and very scandalized about the thing, about the stuff called hijra. They decided to send me away from my home to my cousin mama's house.
So you were born a trans.
I was not born a trans. I see nobody's born a trans. Everybody is born like male, female, intersex. Intersex is a different gender. Like people who don't have their genitals properly developed, whether it's a female genital or a male genital, they are intersex. Transgenders are also born as transgender, but at the time of birth, you can't tell them.
So you were intersex. You were born in.
No, I was transgender, born in transgender only. But it's like gender is something that nobody can tell you that you are this gender. It's something that you realize yourself. You know, like when you grow elder, you kind of play with dolls.
So you were born a boy or a girl?
I was born as a boy, but I was a transgender. Means like at the age of 6 or 7, I used to play with dolls. I used to play with females more rather than boys. I used to was very interested in cooking and cleaning the house. Like a lot of feminine traits were there, honestly speaking. So that is why I will say that I was born as transgender. Like people used to come and tell me that, walk like a boy, talk like a boy. and I didn't know how to do it because that was not my thing.
So you used to behave like a girl?
I used to behave like a girl.
You used to put makeup on and wear
Makeup
clothes?
on, yes, makeup on, take my mom's dupatta, wear it as a sari, and dance on female numbers, like all that, Aap Jaisa Koi Mere Zindagi Mein Aaye, all those kind of songs. I should consider myself a diva, not a lady, but diva. And my dream was to become a heroine on television.
Kid as young as 6 years old,
Yeah.
usually kids do that. I mean,
Yeah.
to please their parents. So,
But not both the genders. No. Even like men. Men I've seen playing more with the cricket, and they are very. I mean, they are not. They don't. They are fine. Some of them can be, but most of the kids are very gender specific. Like the female girl, she would like to do makeup and all. Male boy, I don't know. I'm not seen doing makeup.
नहीं, कई बार ऐसा होता है ना कि कई बार मदर्स जो होती हैं वो प्यार में लाड में अपने बच्चे को, चाहे वो मेल की बात कर रहा हूँ, अगर मेल बॉय है तो उसको थोड़ा मेकअप लगा देंगी, या कभी कभी स्कूल में उसको लड़की बना दिया जाता है किसी डांस फंक्शन में या ऐसा कुछ, तो उसको तो हम नहीं कह सकते हैं कि ही इज़ अ ट्रांस.
हाँ.
तो व्हेन डिड यू एक्चुअली रियलाइज़ कि आप 6-7 साल के हो गए थे, दैट यू रियलाइज़ कि नो, यू आर born a boy but you don't have any traits of a boy?
Yeah.
And when did your parents, and you said that लोग आते थे आपके घर, हिजरा बुलाते थे,
हाँ.
तो when did everyone in your community, in your society realized कि यार there is something off?
Yeah. It was 7 only because जैसे आपने बताया कि मॉम करती हैं कुछ, तो मेरे in my case there was no mom who was doing all this. It was only me who was doing it. And another thing is that जैसे आप कैसे बोले ना, if a kid is walking like a boy or walking like a girl, one can make out. अब वो मॉम सोचेगी नहीं कि भाई you have to walk like a boy or you have to walk like a girl. वो तो that is there in you and you're walking like that. आप एक लहजे में बात करते हो, that is you talking. You're not doing it to please your mom, isn't it? And then you have this. मेरे को तो ये था कि I had obsession. I used to cut my hair like straight, and it was like sadhana cut hair, and I used to go to my tuitions like that. So with me, I was like fully obsessed with being a woman.
बट 6-7 साल की उम्र में बच्चे को इतनी समझ नहीं होती है एक्चुअली.
हाँ.
तो हाउ डज वन पर्सन एट सच अ यंग एज 6-7 years old, उसको सही में कैसे रियलाइज़ होता है कि नहीं, मैं अगर लड़का हूँ तो मैं लड़के की बॉडी में लड़की हूँ, या अगर मैं लड़की हूँ तो लड़की.
वो एक्सेप्टेंस जो ट्रांसजेंडर एक्सेप्टेंस है ना, दैट केम मच लेटर. Okay, I'm telling you, in the initial stages where my parents
when you
decided to
started
send me
noticing
off.
changes, when you starting noticing certain traits in your personality,
See, that is when the puberty hits, when you're 30.
that comes much later.
Much later, yeah.
Okay, so your parents sent you off
Sent me off, yeah. Sent me off to Mumbai.
at the age of 7. You said.
7.
मतलब किसी और के पास भेज दिया आपको.
हाँ, my cousin mama.
Okay.
Yeah.
So take us through that journey. How?
So I was asked to go to Mumbai for some short period, like some vacations. But I didn't know that is vacation, not vacation. That is like obviously abandoning me. So jab I went to Mumbai, my cousin mama said that you're going to stay here from now on till your studies are over. Like till 18, you are going to be here. First, I cried because it was seemed to be like I'm being sent to boarding or something. But it was worse than boarding because my mama said that if you want to study here, you have to earn for yourself. Okay. So then I said, how will I earn? I'm so young and all. So then he put me to a dhaba because they themselves were very poor people. So he sent me to a dhaba, and I started working at a dhaba at a very young age. And plus, I was going to school also.
So how challenging was your journey while growing up in Mumbai?
It was very challenging in a way that I used to get bullied a lot in school, again by these words called hijra and all, because it was a boys' school, and I used to get bullied a lot, and then I have to earn for myself to survive, and in between all these things, molestation happened a lot from the school kids, from my teachers, from my cousin brothers. The first was my cousin brothers who molested me at the age of 11. So that happened, and then I became a bar dancer girl at the age of 14. So this childhood was very sad. It was full of challenges. It was full of sadness. It's full of something which I didn't want to do, but I had to do for survival.
So this was all in the 80s and early 90s that we're
Late
talking.
80s and early 90s. Yes.
So no one was exactly ready to understand your situation, right? Not from your family members or neither from your friends.
No, sadly, the only gender, I will not say gender, the only sexuality that people knew that time was gay. Okay, they didn't know there's a transgender. We didn't know what intersex is. We didn't know what asexual is. We had no idea about this LGBTQIA plus, which came in now in 2020s. So we had no idea. The only people used to call me is like, oh, you're gay, you're attracted to men. And it was not that. I was not attracted to men so much. I was more attracted to doing my makeup, to doing my clothes well, because what happened was when at 11, I was at my mama's house, my cousins molested me, and when they molested me, I ran off from the house. I said, I don't want to stay here. And then I found a shelter in a dance bar. And I was doing my dance bar and I was earning through dance bar.
So when did you actually realize कि नहीं यार, I am built different. I am actually not a boy, though I am in a boy's body. So when the realization actually happened, and what did you do about it?
So initially, I used to think that I'm a gay girl, a gay girl. I mean, and I am no, I'm like only because I didn't know what the gender it is, because society was putting in my mind that you are gay. So I thought that, but then one thing was I was never attracted to member in my community. I was not attracted to them. I was attracted to straight men. So when that used to happen, I still was not getting it very nicely. Who I am, and what is my gender. Then it was very late when I came to NIFT in 2000. No, in 1999. I met my first community member, and then we went to a party. We met a trans girl there, and she told me that you are trans. You're not a gay guy.
Okay, and then what did you do about it?
I decided to change my gender.
Okay.
Yeah.
So take us through that journey when you were going through that transformation.
Transformation decision came much later in my life in 2010.
How old were you then?
I was 30. Yeah.
So at 30, you went for transformation.
So I went for 2 years of my hormone replacement therapy, and then I did my surgery.
So if you can take our audience and take me as well through that entire process of transformation, what all are these steps and how much duration does it take? Also financially, how much does it cost?
So nowadays, transitioning is different in our time. In our time, we didn't have so much of clauses going to the DM and asking for sending a letter for us and screening our gender, because now things are different. Now you have to first get a TG card, transgender certificate card, from your local district manager, district person, and SDM, magistrate. You have to get from him. And once he approves that you are a transgender, you can start your hormone replacement therapy, and then you can go for after 2 years. If your endocrinologist is fine with your development, he will sign a letter saying that you can now go for final surgery, and then you can go to any doctor who is performing these surgeries and get your surgery done.
So first you need to get a transgender certificate from your local district magistrate.
Yeah.
And then you are eligible for the transformation.
Then you are available for the transformation with HRT, hormone replacement therapy.
Hormone replacement therapy, it continues for 2 years.
2 years minimum.
इसमें क्या होता है?
इसमें आपको they give you tablets, hormone tablets, and which control your male hormone, and also it emphasizes it increases your female hormones. So that happens, because of which your male features, they start to go down and female features start coming up, like your breast development happens with that, and your facial feminization happens through your hormones only. And this is what happens in hormone therapy.
And how much does it cost?
It costs vary to vary. Like for me, it was 10,000 rupees per month. And somebody who's like not, because I was taking more hormones than anybody else. Like there was this injection that you were supposed to take once in 3 months. I was taking it every month.
So 10,000 per month goes on for 2 years.
2 years.
Okay, and then what happens after that 2 years?
After 2 years, you can go to a surgeon and you can ask him to do the surgery. And that surgery also cost varied from person to person, to hospital. I spent about 2.5 lakhs.
2.5 lakhs. So how long is that procedure of surgery?
That procedure is like 4 hours. 4 hours take to do the surgery, and then you have to take rest for 1 month.
And then after that, you can call yourself a permanent.
Yeah, the doctor will issue you a certificate that you have undergone through gender assignment surgery, and then now if you want to change your your Aadhaar card to female, you can do it now.
So, since now you explained me the entire transformation process, so after that, what is the identity that is being given to you? Since you mentioned that you can change your identity on
Identity, yeah.
Aadhaar card,
Yeah.
तो वो आइडेंटिटी क्या आप मेल से फीमेल लिखते हो या क्या लिखते हो एग्जैक्ट?
पहले तो ट्रांसजेंडर लिख दिया उसके अंदर में, बिकॉज ट्रांसजेंडर सर्टिफिकेट दिया गया है. फिर इसको अपन चेंज कर सकते हैं. इसमें एक और क्लॉज है, यू कैन चेंज, वी कैन शो दैट टू द दिस थिंग, टू दैट बोर्ड, to the DMs, SDM, and we can get the female Aadhaar card.
So is it easy to get a female Aadhaar card?
It's not easy, but yeah, but in my time it was very easy. Like I got a female Aadhaar card in 2015, and nowadays it takes time. Because nowadays एक तो people have become more visible, and they are more what you call that, they are more into it. They are like more aware of things, how to do it, and also now it takes time.
I'm glad you brought this point that nowadays people are more aware.
Yeah.
तो ये जो अवेयरनेस आई है ये आई एम श्योर बिकॉज लॉट मेनी पीपल फ्रॉम योर कम्युनिटी हैव स्टेप्ड आउट इन ओपन. उन्होंने अपने फीलिंग्स के बारे में, अपने प्रोसेस के बारे में खुल के बोलना शुरू किया है.
Right.
सो विच हैज़ मेड इट ईजियर आई एम श्योर फॉर अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल टू कम आउट इन ओपन एंड टॉक अबाउट इट. इसकी वजह से शायद अवेयरनेस इतनी बढ़ गई है इन रीसेंट टाइम्स. जब कोई एक ले मैन एक ट्रांस कम्युनिटी के मेंबर को देखता है तो एज यू सेड कि उसके जहन में पहला जो एक इमेज बनती है वो ये बनती है कि सच पीपल आर नॉट नॉर्मल पीपल. they are deviant from normal, which is male and female is the normal version of human body, जिसको कई नाम भी दिए जाते हैं, हिजड़ा बोला जाता है या कुछ बोला जाता है. तो वो हम लेमैन के टर्म्स में देखते हैं उसको. बट हाउ चैलेंजिंग इज़ इट फॉर दैट पर्सन जिसके अंदर ये फीलिंग्स हो रही हैं, ये ट्रांसफॉर्मेशंस अंदर से ही और शी इज़ फीलिंग. सो हाउ challenging is it for them to come out and actually convince their family members and their friends and actually go for that treatment process? So how challenging is that?
It is very challenging. It is more challenging in the sense like it's very mentally disturbing for them to do that, because ek to you are coming out of your closet. Secondly, the society is not ready to accept you, and the parents are not ready to accept you. So it is very challenging. It is very depressing also at times. The kids go into depression and they have nobody to talk to. So now these NGOs have their all helplines. So now people can call and they have their counselors. In our time there was no counseling happening and no helpline was not there for transgenders. Now transgender helpline is happening and they can call the helplines, and they can go to these NGOs like Tweet Foundation is there in Delhi, and Keshasri Foundation is there in Delhi. So these foundations, they can go and they can express their mental level to them, and then I think they can find a lot of solace and they can find a lot of happiness after talking to the counselors.
So Naz, since you mentioned about certain organizations and NGOs from Delhi, I'm sure ऐसे काफ़ी सारे NGOs and organizations metro cities में हैं. But what about people? What about kids who belong to छोटे छोटे कस्बेज या some rural parts of the country? वहाँ पे usually ऐसी feelings अगर आती हैं किसी बच्चे में तो parents उनको subdue कर देते हैं, दबा देते हैं. तो वहाँ पे कितना challenging है किसी के लिए to recognize, to identify what is happening with their body and to make their parents and their friends understand this, because I'm sure because उतनी awareness, उतना support नहीं है छोटे छोटी जगह पे. So how challenging is for them and what could be done in order to make a supportive system around those places?
It's very difficult to help them, because what's happening is, like, I knew the boy who's living in a very small place. Me and some policemen also went to his house and told his father not to, like touch him, because his father was very abusive. Because the son is transgender, the father was very abusive. Father used to beat him, used to like say things to him, and वहाँ पे उसके पापा को बोल के भी we had come, but he didn't change. Eventually, that boy, he ran off from his house. So in these kasbas and these villages, it's not possible to us to convince their parents.
So Naz, you mentioned कि आप 14 साल की उम्र में you were working at a dance bar. So while you were there working and आप फिर international beauty pageant आपने जीता. So how did that journey happen from a
That
dance bar?
journey is quite long. It's a long journey. I went to dance bar to earn livelihood, and then to earn extra money, I became a sex worker at the dance bar, and then I grew up, and I had my cousin sister Viveka Babaji. She guided me through the NIFT and NIFT, and she said that you should become a fashion designer because you have very good hand in your clothes. You're a very good stylist. Why don't you do your course from there? So I went to NIFT in Delhi. I did my 4 years of course from NIFT Delhi, and in 2001 I also won my best designer award from NIFT only. We had our show in City Fort Auditorium, and then I got my first job with Ritu Kumar as a designer, as assistant designer. Then I worked with her, and then worked with Ritu Berry also. The only problem was that the workers, they were not very sensitive. They were not very sensitive at all towards transgenders. So I had to leave the job, and then I went to work for a massage parlor, as a massage parlor. And there I was as a masseur. I worked as a masseur and also as a sex worker. I worked there. And then while I was doing this, I met a photographer, fashion photographer called Rishi Taneja. He clicked my pictures, like he wanted to do a biopic on life of a trans prostitute. So we did a biopic, like black and white series of pictures with him. Those pictures became hit, and I got my first modeling assignment in 2013. And I was working at the Rajasthan Fashion Festival. And after that, I did multiple shows. And then I opened one small company of event company. It was called Mrs. India. So I did Mrs. India, and on that time, I met a guy who wanted to cast me for an international pageant. So I went and represented his company, and then I became the first ever Miss Transcon India,
Okay.
internationally Transcon India.
And how did the world change for you after you won that title?
Well, the world changed a lot. People started looking at me with respect. People, they started calling me for gender sensitization programs in schools and colleges. And and I appeared in a lot of TV shows and that's what happened. And I think I can give myself a credit that a lot of trans girls are now pageant girls also, and they are living their life happily because their parents have accepted them. I think it was, as I said prior also, that the entire experience was empowering.
So, in spite of achieving so much, how do you feel? Agar कुछ certain places, since because I've actually already covered your story before.
Okay.
So in that interview you told me that there are certain places जहाँ पे आज भी आपको entry deny कर दी जाती है because of your identity.
Yeah.
तो how does it feel कि यार मैं तो international trans queen हूँ and so many titles I have under my belt. तो how does it feel कि यार आज भी लोग हैं who are not ready to accept you as you are and denying you entries and opportunities? So how does it feel?
It's depressive. You feel very depressed about things that this is happening, and then you can relate also. It is depressing and empowering in a way that you get inspired to do more in your life, so that nobody else gets this kind of humiliation that I face. So there's a lot of humiliation that one has to undergo through, and I think it empowers me to do more work and to let people know that we exist. And yesterday only we had trans visibility day, and I inspire a lot of transgenders to come forward and get their visibility and work hard and then fight for our dignity.
You mentioned just now a point that you met someone who was shooting a documentary or biopic on trans prostitute. So coming to this point, एक transgender के लिए how challenging, how easy या how difficult is it for them to secure a financially stable job? हमने देखा है कई बार इस कम्युनिटी के लोग दे आर मोर पुश्ड टूवर्ड्स प्रोफेशंस लाइक प्रोस्टिट्यूशन एंड बिकॉज उनको काफ़ी उनका शोषण होता है काफ़ी जगह पे दे डू नॉट गेट डिजर्विंग अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ एज वेल टू अर्न अ लाइवलीहुड रिस्पेक्टेबली तो हाउ चैलेंजिंग इज़ इट फॉर ट्रांस पीपल
It is quite challenging. I mean, nobody wants to do sex work, honestly speaking. This is the last thing that somebody would want to do. Then there's this point in life that you reach is either you commit suicide or you do this thing, you do prostitution. So in my life also, I reached a point where I had to choose between both the things, and I've chosen to do sex work. And it was very challenging in a way that you have to meet people from all walks of life, all status of people, whether they are rickshawalas, they are auto walas, or they are even having Audi or BMW to themselves. You have to undergo through sex with all these people. Anybody who can afford you, you have to be with them. And for trans people, today I'm very happy that today they are getting jobs, and they don't want to do badhai and toli, like they don't want to clap. And yeah, that's what they are fighting for today, that for reservations, for their existence. So I'm very happy. But as I told you that I am the child of 80s and 70s. So for us, it was the only one option that we could do.
So you just now told me that you also worked as a sex worker. So how old were you at that point in time? Did that happen before
I
you?
did twice in my life. One was I was 16 to 18, and the other one was when I was 30 to 35.
So this happened after you won the title or before you won?
Before.
Before. So after you won the title, you didn't have to any
No,
longer.
luckily I
work.
didn't have to do.
Okay.
My father also accepted me after that.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Awesome. So Naz, अगर हम ट्रांसजेंडर पीपल की बात करें तो जो हम सिग्नल पे देखते हैं whom everyone कॉल कॉमनली कॉल एज हिजड़ा तो सिग्नल पे जो हिजड़े दिखते हैं या कभी आपने अभी बोला बधाई टोली में भी आते हैं शादी और बच्चे के होने पे सो हाउ आर दोज पीपल डिफरेंट फ्रॉम यू गाइज हु आर वर्किंग एट अ डिफरेंट लेवल देन देम so why not the opportunities are same for them and like they are for you?
See, I tell you, Hijra is a community. It is not a term that is used for single person. It's a community. And in Hijra community, people of the similar interests, like they stay together, they go to Toli Batha in the morning, and afternoon they come back, and in the evening they go to bed early. Hijra is a term comes from Hijr. Hijr means loneliness. So that is a very respected, in fact, profession, or a professional, say not profession, but it's a very respected community as such. But in India, they are worshipped. They are called demigods, So they are worshipped, and the people whom you was talking about, red lights, they are like less privileged, that they are not in that community where they have to, like a Hijra community, they are not from them. And then they have to stand on the traffic signals to ask for begging, clapping. Though if you talk about anatomy is not different. Anatomy is not body anatomy is same. It's just that they don't get proper gharanas to go for toli bathai.
So what does transgender community doing? As you mentioned कि उनके पास इतनी opportunities नहीं है, इतने privileges नहीं है शायद to be at that level. So what your community is doing for them?
For whom?
For the people who are working at traffic signals.
Oh, traffic signals, see, we
Who are
always
begging.
We tell them that they can have a job for themselves. They should develop themselves, and they can, later have a job for themselves. But they deny. They say we don't want to be
So is your
skilled.
committee really reaching out to them?
Yes, they are reaching out to them, but the only thing is they have to be ready. No, they are not getting ready. They are not ready.
They are happy with whatever
They are
they are.
happy with what they are doing at red lights.
ओके, तो रेड लाइट में हमने काफ़ी ऐसा, या ट्रेन्स में भी काफ़ी देखा है, आ जाते हैं तो उसमें क्या होता है कि दे कीप बैंगिंग एट योर व्हीकल, या अगर आप बाइक्स पे हो तो वो आपसे सीधे कहते हैं कि पैसे दो, हमें पैसे दो, ताली बजा बजा के. सो यूजुअली पीपल गेट स्केयर्ड फ्रॉम दिस बिहेवियर ऑफ देयर्स. और ये भी एक मिथ है अराउंड कि अगर आपने उनको पैसे नहीं दिए या उनको गुस्सा कर दिया, नाराज़ कर दिया, सो दे विल कर्स यू. सो हाउ ट्रू इज़ दिस मिथ?
See, curse तो नहीं होता है. It is like not, there is no curse happening because this, this tradition that you're talking about, the money giving tradition, it is supposed to be given by heart. Like if you have 10 rupees, you want to give 5 rupees out of that, it's totally your heart. You want to give 100 rupees, you want 20, 100 rupees, whatever you want to give, amount, it is from your heart only. You don't want to give, don't give. But no curse happens. It's
But
a
these
myth.
people are very persuasive. They are after you. जब तक आप दे नहीं देते, they keep constantly pushing you, nagging you. So
Yeah,
how to
it's very
avoid
sad.
that? How to avoid that?
You can't avoid them.
Avoid आप पैसे देकर ही कर सकते हो, right?
No, you can't avoid them. You can just be quiet, and that's about it. And in Gujarat, just now I have got to know yesterday that police have told residents that if they do, badtamizi, if they do jabardasti, they can call on 100 or 192 number, and they will come. So it's not required.
हाँ, I mean because since you mentioned this, बिकॉज बहुत लेवल पे हैरेसमेंट चलती है इनकी भी, स्पेशली जहाँ कहीं शादियों वाले घर होते हैं या जहाँ कहीं बच्चा हुआ आता है. दे कम विद देयर टोली एंड
One can call policemen for that.
and they demand a certain sum of money. So it's a good point that you mentioned that one can call a police. Also, since we are talking about the myths around this community, so what is that one particular myth जिसको आप अभी ब्रेक करना चाहोगे right now around the transgender community?
So transgender community is like people think that transgender बच्चे उठा के ले जाएंगे. ये एक मिथ है कि जो बच्चों को उठा के ले जाते हैं, बच्चों को उठा के लोग कन्वर्ट कर देते हैं एज अ ट्रांसजेंडर. आई थिंक दैट इज अ बिग मिथ दैट आई वांट टू ब्रेक नाउ.
Okay, ऐसा नहीं होता है.
ऐसा नहीं होता है. माँ बाप खुद देते हैं.
खुद देते हैं माँ बाप. ओके, एंड इट कम्स आउट कि वो उठा के ले गए हैं.
हाँ, अभी तो नॉर्मल बच्चों को बोल देते हैं. जब नॉर्मल बच्चे कुछ काम नहीं कर रहे होते हैं, मतलब कुछ अगर माँ बाप नहीं सुनते हैं, तो हम लोग गुजर रहे होंगे तो बोलेंगे अगर ज़्यादा कुछ बोलोगे तो हम इनको भेज देंगे, तुम्हारे साथ भेज देंगे. तो दे से लाइक दैट.
And how do you feel at that?
दैट आई फील बैड. एंड होता है ट्रांसफोबिया, लगता है उसी से बिल्ड होता है. यू बिल्ड ट्रांसफोबिया थ्रू दैट, थ्रू योर चाइल्डहुड ओनली. व्हेन ऑफ कोर्स आई एम पासिंग बाय एंड देयर इज अ लेडी टेलिंग दिस किड who is like 5 years old, 6 year old, that मैं इनको ये ले जाएंगे तो पकड़ के अगर तुमने कुछ बोला तो it for me it's humiliating, but for a kid it's a building of transphobia from that.
We are talking about transphobia and everything. तो नाज, आज के टाइम में जहाँ पे इतनी सारी चीज़ें डेवलप हो चुकी हैं अराउंड दिस कम्युनिटी, पीपल फ्रॉम दिस कम्युनिटी हैव अचीव्ड सो मच. दे आर मेकिंग अदर पीपल, अदर कम्युनिटीज़ ऑल्सो अवेयर about know-how of this community, but still people are so reluctant towards accepting the people from this community. According to you, why is that so?
Because more or less क्या है कि we don't get reservations, we don't get representation. For example, in Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, they have passed a bill called Trans Right Act 2026. They passed a bill and it's become an act. In that act, the minister, he didn't even consult anybody from the trans community. There is this National Council of Transgender Persons, NCTP. They didn't even counsel them. Without counseling them, they had passed a law, passed an act that the trans persons now have to undergo through a check by a government body, which will have DM and which will have government doctors who are government people. They're going to have that. And that is why we feel that we are left out from many places, many things. And if we want that, we need to have representation of ourselves in the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. We should have that representation. And to other places also, like somebody talking in BPO, and if we don't have representation there, we will not be able to like perform there. But performance in a sense, when you're making policies, it's very important to include trans people in those policies so that they can tell you whether this is workable or not workable.
I'm glad since you talked about policies. So, if I talk about inclusivity, so what does inclusivity look? What does inclusivity mean to a trans person? If I talk not only about policies but in everyday life. So, how does inclusivity look for you in everyday life apart from the policy?
Inclusivity for me is like I would want to see a trans person selling, dairies, like selling, like from in the morning. I would want to see him selling groceries. I want to see him on the road as a police officer. I want to see my trans people also working at homes, like maybe as gardeners or something like that. I want to see them everywhere in every walk of life, whether it's also as a DTC bus driver. Why not, a trans person as a DTC bus driver, as a ticketer also. So there's a lot of places where we can do a job, but we don't get a job at all. So if that is happening, then I'm sure this Toli Bathai and you're talking about red light traffic signal, that will go away.
Interesting. Since you were talking about trans people, you were mentioning them as I want to see him doing that, see him doing that. So, what are their pronunciations exactly?
See, trans woman goes by the she, her, trans woman. Trans man goes by he, him. And non-binary goes with they and them.
And if you can explain about non-binary more in detail.
Non-binary are people who do not fix themselves in the boxes of male and female. Neither trans men nor trans women.
Then what are they exactly?
They call themselves non-binary and they go by non-binary only.
So they don't identify themselves as a male or a female. Then there has to be something that they are identifying themselves with, right?
Non-binary.
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 So how वो कैसे react करते हैं? Do they react like a female or a male?
Well, that depends.
How do they function basically if they are non-binary?
See, non-binary are people who, as I told you, definition goes like this only, that they are the ones who do not identify themselves as male and female, nor as they and them. And for them, for non-binary, you can look at them and they might look like a complete woman to you. They might look like a complete man to you, but they are non-binary.
Okay, understood. So they use pronunciation.
They and them. They, them, theirs.
Pronouns, sorry, not pronunciation. They use they, them as pronouns.
Theirs also.
So trans people could be he, him,
she,
her, but non-binary are they, them,
and
theirs. Okay, got it. So Naz, you are a mother as well. You adopted a daughter?
Two
daughters you have. Oh my God, congrats.
Thank you.
So how did motherhood happen to you? I mean, what actually came to your mind? How did this thought come into your mind, and what really pushed you in towards this motherhood direction?
See, I wanted to have a family since childhood, but as I grew up, I met guys and I got a lot of. I was not. I faced a lot of sadness with the guys because they used to always dump me and marry a cis girl. Cis girl, right? Cisgender girl. Okay. So they used to marry them, and I used to feel very sad for that. But then I thought I went that I should adopt somebody. I told my dad about it, that I want to adopt a girl, and there was somebody in our family who was getting separated, and I talked to them, and I adopted my first child.
How old are they?
They are 6 and 4.
6 and 4.
Yeah.
So what's their name, if I may ask?
Manikarnika and Prashanti.
Okay, so Manikarnika and Prashanti. So who is exactly 6 here? Because she might be going to school now.
Yeah. So the one, Manikarnika, she is very close to me and she knows that something is off. but I don't tell him that what is off right now. So, but she calls me mom, and my mother has accepted her, and my this thing, my father has accepted her. Everybody accepted her, so she's very happy in her own in our family.
So she never questions you, where is my father and
I say
why?
single father, single mother. I say single father because in that they have a tag here, like when they go to school, there's a picture of a mother, picture of a father. So there's only picture of me. There's no picture of father. So
तो
when somebody, I say single father.
जब आप उसका स्कूल में एडमिशन करा रहे थे, तो वहाँ पे आपने क्या एक्सप्लेन किया कि हु आर यू एग्जैक्टली, आर यू अ फीमेल और आर यू अ ट्रांस person?
No, they didn't ask me.
Okay.
Luckily, school people didn't ask me because I go to a lot of schools and colleges for gender sensitization program. And the school where I will not say on the camera which school she goes because security reason. So the school where I have got her admitted, I had already done TEDx there. So it was not difficult for me.
So do you think in today's time schools are a bit open about people from your community, or
Yes.
are they still
Compared to what they were in 80s and 90s, they are much open.
so the talks around this topic frequently happens in the schools and colleges?
Yeah, 9, 10th, 11th, 12th standards for these, the talks happen very openly.
So Naz, if I still talk about trans people overall in the entire world, people, अभी हमने काफ़ी सारे उस पर conversations करी, but people around the world still look at this community as good for nothing,
Yes.
because they try to ignore it. They try to downgrade people from such community, saying that such things don't happen. This is all a facade that you are putting across in this world, because either you should be a male or you should be a female. If you are not, then you are gay or a trans. So इसको एक हमने abusive word के तौर पे establish कर दिया है, trans word को. So how do you look at it? How do you look at it? Also, what all things people from your community are doing to elevate the position, the standard, or I could say the condition which of this community is existing right now. So what all work you guys are putting into it to make people more aware and to remove trans from this abusive category?
See, today trans people are doing a lot of work. I mean, they are now founder of big NGOs. They are now actors. They are entertainers. You talk about Sushant Divakar. He's a very big entertainer now. People are influencers. Talk about Ella Dev Verma. She's a big influencer now. And talking about many other people who have like Lakshmi Tripathi, who's the first person who went to United Nations and represented our community, and Gauri Sawant. So there are so many people who are Kalki Subramaniam, who was also the member of NTCP, like National Transgender Council. She was the member. So there are so many people who are doing so good for themselves and for the community. I think what we need to do is we need to put across their work to common people, and we should tell them that look, these people are doing so well, and that is the time is gone when trans was just a gali, trans was just an abuse. Now I think it's a compliment somebody says trans. It's a compliment now.
So you think that it's a compliment?
Yes, a compliment because trans people are very hardworking. They're very creative people. They are very focused on their biodata, whatever they're doing it. They're very focused, and yeah, I think it's a blessing to be a trans now.
So since you just mentioned that you have 2 daughters now, and so what sort of a childhood are you creating for your daughters, which you didn't get while you were growing as a child?
The first and foremost thing is that what I have taught my elder one is the good touch and a bad touch, because I don't want her to go through child molestation that I went through. So good and bad touch that I have taught them. And also I'm going to teach her this thing. I'm making sure that they are the part of co-curricular activities like dramas and like even sports also, because when they are going to do all that, I want them to be more inclusive in whatever they pick up. Like yesterday only, I had asked her, "What do you want to do?" Like I'm asking her. I'm not putting my things on her. That there was this form that has come in which we had to put what co-curricular activities she has to do: lawn tennis, chess, and yeah, one more was there. I'm not getting that: lawn tennis, chess, and yeah. So I asked my mom. I said, "What should I put? Chess or lawn tennis?" She said, "Put lawn tennis." I said, "Why?" We need to ask her, no, chess or lawn tennis. So she said, "No, no, no. What chess will play? Chess is not a game to play and all." So I was looking at my mother's perspective. So my mother was saying chess. Then I asked my daughter, "What do you want to do?" She said lawn tennis. So I took my lawn tennis for her and I signed that form for her. So that's a difference that has come. Like if my mom was there, she would have put that thing on me. नहीं आपको यही करना है, you should do. And in my case, I asked my child before what she wants to do. So this is a big difference that has come
Okay, so you are more working for your child
for my child.
in terms of you are putting her first,
Her first.
her priorities first, her likings, dislikes first, which you didn't get while you were
Yeah.
growing up as a kid.
Yeah.
Okay. So, two daughters, one of them got an admission into school, and second one, obviously, she is
Will
also
get in next year.
in next year she'll be getting. So, where are you securing the funds from to, to support your family?
I do shows. I do shows. I go to a school and college. I told you. I have my small event organizing company, which is called Mrs. India. We make shows every year, and yeah, that is what my funds come from.
Okay, so you not working anywhere in any company?
No, I am not working in any company. No,
Okay, so it's your own thing that you have been carrying around, like your own company.
own company.
Okay, great, awesome. So since we talked about two aspects, if I if I specifically talk about trans community, we talked about two aspects. One was social acceptance, and the other was legal acceptance. So if I ask you, what according to you is more important for you, for the people from your community, is it legal acceptance or social acceptance?
Social acceptance. Social acceptance is more impactful because that will give them more power, that will give them more inclusivity in doing what they want to do.
So social acceptance is more important
Yeah.
rather than the legal one.
Yeah.
Agar legally government is not recognizing your community, that won't bother you that much जितना कि society अगर accept नहीं करेगी तो. So एक common myth है around transgender people that it runs in your genes. So कितनी सच्चाई है इस myth में?
नहीं, इसमें सच्चाई तो मुझे पता नहीं कितनी है बिकॉज आई एम नॉट अ साइंटिस्ट और आई एम नॉट अ डॉक्टर, बट होगा तो होगा.
जीन्स से इसका मतलब, इस क्वेश्चन से मेरा मतलब ये था कि अगर आपके पेरेंट्स में या उनके पेरेंट्स के पेरेंट्स में,
आई नो.
तो इज इट रनिंग इन द जीन्स और इज इट लाइक कि नहीं ऐसा इंडिविजुअलिस्टिक ही होता है जीन्स में?
पता नहीं, फ्रॉम माई फैमिली आई एम द फर्स्ट वन, सो आई डोंट नो अबाउट माई अदर पीपल, उनकी फैमिली में क्या है क्या नहीं है. बट एज फार एज माई फ्रेंड्स आर देयर फ्रॉम ट्रांस कम्युनिटी और LGBT कम्युनिटी, I mean, I think they are also the first ones from their community, from their home, in their families. So this I don't know whether it's in the genes or something. This question I don't know. I have to pass it for the another guest.
So Naz, what would you tell those parents who are struggling to accept their child's identity or who are trying to suppress his or her identity? What message do you want to, what advice do you want to give to them?
See, what I observed my life in that why parents don't accept their children was they think what log kya kahenge, you know. So I want to tell them it's okay. Let people talk what they want to talk about the child or you or for that matter anyone. Accept your children the way they are. You never know, tomorrow they can be presidents or prime ministers also of the country. All they need is your support, and when you support them, they will definitely shine brighter than what they can shine alone.
So Naz, अगर आप अपने जब आप 12 साल की थी, if you look at your younger self who was 12 years old, what would you say to that person?
I would say to that person that life is very beautiful. Just move on in your life, do your karma, do it in the best possible way, and whatever task you take in your life, do it by heart. Because if you do not do by all heart, there is no point of doing them. So I want to tell them, and I'll say life is very beautiful. Just keep working hard and work in the direction that you want to be in.
Okay, beautiful thought. So Naz, since you are building a future for your daughters, there will come a time when they will develop consciousness in terms of what is happening around them. And so, what do you think? What will happen if they start questioning your identity?
Well, I am raising them in a way that there's a lot of love and trust between our relationship. You know, it is not a typical mother and a daughter relationship. It's a more like a friendly relationship. So my daughter, they to tell me everything, whatever happens in school. I tell them, okay, how was this day and how was everything. So we are building up in a way, and I know that this thought that I'm a trans girl, it won't bother them. When they get to know about it, they won't bother them because our love is more, you say, our love is more stronger than the fact that what gender I have.
Okay, I understand that it shouldn't be bothering them.
It shouldn't be bothering them.
But what will happen if their classmates or schoolmates will bully them because of this fact?
They won't bully. See, the classmates, I go to PTMs and all, they don't say anything.
Okay, so are you preparing them for that conditioning as for that condition as well?
We were seeing a movie called Bhul Bhulaiya 3, in which there is a gay character later, like trans character, like Kartik Aryan was trans then. He was murdered by his father. So when she asked me in a later, Mummy, how come this guy is wearing girls' clothes? So I said, because he feels that he's a girl. Then she said, okay. Her friends come home, like at a birthday party or at this thing. So they also don't ask her anything, that why your mother is different or something. They find me normal only.
Okay, interesting. You brought this movie reference. So in this particular reference only, there are so many movies जहाँ पे ट्रांस लोगों को या ऐसी फीलिंग को दिखाया जाता है जिसमें एक एक्टर या प्रोटैगनिस्ट ही और शी इज़ एक्सपीरियंसिंग दोज चेंजेस इन हिज और हर बॉडी, और उन सब मूवीज़ में भी पोर्ट्रेयल ऐसा है कि दिस इज़ नॉट द राइट थिंग. मूवीज़ में ज़्यादातर, क्योंकि मूवीज़ को कहते हैं कि समाज का आईना है, तो उसमें ज़्यादातर मूवीज़ में दिखाया जाता है कि दिस इज़ नॉट द राइट थिंग. तो दबाते हुए ही दिखाया इस चीज़ को, या तो उसकी हैबिट को दबा दिया बचपन में ही, उसकी फीलिंग्स को दबा दिया, या मार ही दिया. तो व्हाट डू यू थिंक, हाउ चैलेंजिंग इज़ इट, द सिनेमा पर्सपेक्टिव से पूछ रहा हूँ, व्हाट डू यू थिंक, हाउ चैलेंजिंग इज़ इट फॉर योर कम्युनिटी कि यार पोर्ट्रेयल्स में भी, सिनेमैटिक पोर्ट्रेयल्स में भी, पिक्चर्स में भी ऐसा दिखाया जा रहा है हमारी कम्युनिटी को, तो ये हमारे काम को और भी ज़्यादा चैलेंजिंग बना दे रहा है. सो व्हाट डू यू थिंक, हाउ यू कैन एक्चुअली मोल्ड, हाउ यू कैन एक्चुअली ट्विस्ट दिस स्टोरी इनटू योर फेवर?
So it's very sad that the kind of character they show us in caricature. They will put a lot of caricature on on the characters, and the only way to change is be the part of the change maker policy, in the sense like you become director, you become producer, you write your own stories and send it across to the people. That is the only way we can eradicate it. Or also, we have seen films are also the mirror of society. If the society will change, films will also change in a way.
What do you think, how much time will it take for the society to really accept trans people?
I think it'll take a decade or so.
I
Maybe
think
even
it will
more.
take more than that.
More, yeah, maybe more, yeah.
And what all efforts need to be put in. You mentioned earlier as well that so many people are working towards. But एक ऐसा ग्राउंड ब्रेकिंग एफर्ट क्या होना चाहिए अकॉर्डिंग टू यू कि जो इस काम को, एक्सेप्टेंस को स्पीड अप कर दे?
स्पीड अप करने के लिए तो रिजर्वेशन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. बट राज्यसभा, लोकसभा में रिजर्वेशन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. हमारे लिए हर काम में रिजर्वेशन इंपॉर्टेंट होनी चाहिए, और बहुत ही सरकार को बढ़ चढ़कर जो है हमारी मदद करनी चाहिए, ताकि हमें वो जो अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ हैं जो क्रिएट की जा रही हैं हमें मिलें.
सो रिजर्वेशन इज़ दी ओनली वे यू थिंक आपकी कम्युनिटी से लोग आगे निकल के आएंगे, रिप्रेजेंट करेंगे इन डिफरेंट कैपेसिटीज़, इन डिफरेंट कंपनीज़, इन डिफरेंट गवर्नमेंटल ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस, तब हो सकता है लोग उनकी बात सुने, समझें और अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ वो क्रिएट कर पाएँ आपकी कम्युनिटी के लिए?
लाइक सी सो मेनी लॉयर्स, एंड लॉयर्स में मेरी कम्युनिटी के लॉयर बात करूँ तो 2 या 3 होंगे मुश्किल से, बाकी सारे हमारे स्टेट लोगों में.
आई एम श्योर आपकी जर्नी में यू you must have been a part of lot many trans people's lives. तो सबकी जर्नी में अपने अपने स्ट्रगल होंगे, बट एक स्ट्रगल जो कॉमन है वो है आइडेंटिटी और एक्सेप्टेंस का सब में. तो व्हाट डू यू थिंक कि सोसाइटी, व्हाट इज़ ईजियर फॉर द सोसाइटी टू क्वेश्चन योर आइडेंटिटी or to question their own assumptions?
I think question their own assumptions.
Is it easier for the society? How come?
See, if they are assuming that trans persons can only do begging, clapping, they should Google and look for more people. What is trans person doing now? There's like transgender celebrities of India. They should Google that, and they'll get to know that this community is not just for begging, clapping. The people are into United Nations. They are good. They are doing. They are having NGOs. They are actors. They are directors. Like we had a very good director whom we lost, Rituparna Sengupta. He was there, and then we had we are there in so many places, So I think people should research and people should Google a lot.
So you mentioned during the interview that trans is different from a gay or a lesbian. These people are different.
Yeah.
One should not confuse a gay or a lesbian with a trans
And the
person.
community is called LGBTQIA. Plus.
Correct.
Yeah.
So this is the entire community we are talking about. If we talk about gay people or lesbian people, we find them working everywhere, holding important decision-making
Yeah.
positions as well, earning a livelihood for them, earning good, a stable livelihood for them. So what has really not worked in favor of trans people, which has worked in favor of gay men and lesbian women?
Because the representation that we've had since 100 years, like since 100 years, we're only seeing the trans people doing clapping and begging. We're not seeing them doing anything else. So everybody thinks that transgender means Choli Bhalai only. So they are not giving them work. Plus, we look different. We don't look, the part of society. LGB, lesbian, gays, bisexuals, they still look like part of society. They don't look different. So we look different, and anything that looks different, people get afraid of, people get scared of. So people are scared of our presentation, how we present ourselves. They're scared. They think, either I told you the trans men and trans women, right? Trans women, it's not important that trans women should look like a woman to be part of society, and people should accept it. That ये ट्रांस वुमन है, ये लड़की से नहीं दिख रही है तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. We should still accept it.
Talking about trans women and trans men, there are many sections, or I can say many professions in the society जहाँ पे पहले trans लोग allowed थे. If I talk about sports specifically, उसमें कई ऐसे sports थे जिसमें allow था trans people को entry या उनका participation. But we have seen कि वो भी उन्होंने बंद कर दिया उनका participation from certain level of sports. So let's say if a trans women, she wants to take up a women oriented sports, a woman oriented field, so उसको वो आज की डेट में allow नहीं किया जाएगा just because she used to be a boy once.
Yeah.
And women oriented field में अगर women है तो उनके पास वो capability in terms of muscle strength, power शायद ना हो जितना कि trans female के पास हो. तो what do you think, how, because scientifically it's correct also that they are not allowing, but in terms of representation it's not correct. So how do you see this situation?
Well, this situation is, I feel sometimes it's morally correct, because it's not viable for a trans woman compete with a woman or a trans man competing with a man, opposite side. So I think there should be a separate category for transgenders or LGBTQI plus. I think it should be separate identity, separate games for them, and separate category for them where they can compete.
So you are suggesting कि आपस में ही इनको compete करना चाहिए trans people community को, they should compete against each other rather than competing people from other sex.
Yeah.
Okay, because I asked this question because recently there's one famous cricketer Sanjay Bangar.
Anaya Bangar, yeah.
हाँ, तो उनका son basically he underwent.
Yeah, I know. Just now he is still in Bangkok.
Correct. So now people are questioning about ki whether she'll be allowed to play in women's cricket or not. So mostly everyone know the answer ki उनको अलाउ नहीं होगा.
नहीं होना चाहिए.
So you believe that नहीं होना चाहिए, right?
I believe.
Well, it was nice having you on our show,
Same
Naz.
here.
And I had many eye-opening conversation and discussions with you over transgender community, and I'm sure our audience must have learnt a lot from this conversation. What are the small subtle differences that are there, and how people from your community can come forward more and represent your community so that वो एक social acceptance का जो quotient है वो आपको मिल सके. एंड आप लोग रिजर्वेशंस के लिए भी काफ़ी यू आर वर्किंग हार्ड टूवर्ड्स इट. सो आई रियली होप दैट यू एंड पीपल फ्रॉम योर कम्युनिटी गेट अ वॉइस. एंड सिंस वी आर अ वोक जनरेशन नाउ, सो आई रियली होप कि आपकी भी एक you will be able to achieve a certain position in the society where people are more open towards you, where people are more freely having discussions around your community, where there will be more social acceptance as well. So thank you for coming to our show, Naz, once
Thank
again.
you.
It was a pleasure having you here.
Thank you so much.